Cracking, everybody. I know I've talked about this video that I was going to make for a while, and I finally decided now might be the time to make it. It's just because I got a bunch of rookies going out asking me questions about how they should prepare. And I'm not going to be the guy to really ask. Every trainer out there is going to have different ideas of how you should handle yourself. I watched videos before I went out by different trainers. There are some trainers that say, oh, bring laptop, bring this, bring that, bring the other, and there's other laptops say don't bring anything but 4 days worth of clothes and a sleeping bag. Now, I brought about 2 weeks worth of clothes. The reason I brought about 2 weeks worth of clothes is because I didn't know how long it'd be before that particular trainer would end up getting to do laundry. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's going to have different styles, and you want to be prepared. If your trainer does laundry once every 2 weeks and you got 4 changes of clothes, you're going to be a smelly little guy. So, be prepared. But don't take a whole bunch of stuff with you. And we're going to get into that later. I'm going to talk about trainer etiquette. Trainee etiquette, rather. The reason I'm going to talk about that is I see a lot of guys that seem like the world's got to revolve around them out there as far as trainees are concerned. You're out there to learn. You're not out there to get your way. You're not out there to do what you want to do. You want to be an asshole on your own time, not on your trainer's time. There are some companies out there where the trainers use you as a free logbook and the companies do the same thing. There are a lot of companies out there that don't behave that way. So when you get out there, you make sure you understand your trainer's rules and your trainer's style, because the world revolves around your trainer, not around you when you're with them. You are not entitled to anything in that truck other than that top bunk. When you're thinking of packing your stuff, you make sure you pack what you can fit on that top bunk. You get on that bus, they give you your 150-pound bag and your carry-on. When I came, I brought a sheet, a small blanket, and a pillow. Took up less room than a sleeping bag did. Now your trainer, if you didn't bring anything, you need to go get a sleeping bag, your trainer should be nice enough, or your company should be nice enough to allow you to go to a Walmart to get a sleeping bag. But when you get in there, you remember that's your trainer's truck. That is your trainer's house. That's where he lives. Like I said, you're not entitled to a thing in there. You got to plug your cell phone in, you ask your trainer which plug you can use. If your trainer has an APU, he sets that temperature to where he is comfortable. Your trainer will try to make you as comfortable as possible, but there's going to be a limit. Your trainer sets to where he's comfortable and you're sweating your tail off up in the top bunk, don't go down and change the APU setting. Don't change the temperature setting. Just the same, if you're cold, don't change the setting. If you're cold, either throw on more clothes, pull your blanket over. If your trainer's cold, he turns that heat up, you're sweating up there, don't open your windows. Deal with it the best you can. If it gets to the point where you can't sleep, you talk to your trainer, you figure something out. Maybe he'll allow you to open a window. Maybe he'll turn it down and cover up more. Maybe he'll say, okay, we'll get you a little portable fan, you can set it up there to keep you cool. Make sure you're on the same schedule with your trainer. Figure out what time your trainer likes to wake up. It doesn't matter if you plan on running at night or not. If your trainer wants to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and hit the road, you are going to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and hit that road. It takes just a couple of times of that for your trainer to say, fuck this, and he's just going to go without you doing your business. You get on down the road, you wake up, trainer's going down the road, you say, man, I got to pee. Well, tough luck. You should have been up when I told you to get up. The world does not revolve around you. When you're driving down the road, do not touch the radio. That radio is not yours. Your trainer is getting paid to put up with you. He's sitting in that passenger seat while you drive, while he's scared shitless. You think I'm joking? You watch how a lot of these rookies drive out here. They scare the shit out of me, and I'm not even in the same truck. That radio is his. He sets it to the station he likes, whether it's on XM radio, regular stations, CDs, doesn't matter. He sets the station. When you're driving down the road, he sets temperature to where he's comfortable. Gets to the point where you're uncomfortable, you can say something to him. He may let you crack the window. He may turn it down, turn it up. That could happen. Don't touch the radio. Don't touch the thermostat. CB. Hopefully your trainer runs a CB. If he does, do not touch that mic until he lets you touch that mic. He doesn't need to be fighting your battles because you're saying stupid shit on the radio. Chances are you just get in the industry, you're going to be like everybody else, 10 foot tall and bulletproof until somebody wants to kick your ass. He's protecting you. His job isn't only to teach you how to drive on the road and get to shippers and consignees. His job is to teach you how to be courteous. How not to get your ass kicked or killed. When your trainer wants to go in and shower, you go in and shower. Your trainer wants to go in and do laundry, you go in and do laundry. Trainer wants to stop and eat, you stop and eat. When you're driving down the road, you get ready for a load check, get ready for a break, you ask your trainer if there's any preference of where he wants to stop. But don't sit there and rely on your trainer to tell you where to stop, because you're a big boy, you're a big girl. You're a truck driver. Make sure you can plan your trips. Say, okay, there's a truck stop here, rest area here, where would you like to stop? Do it that way. That way that shows your trainer that you have enough sense to be able to plan your trips, but it also gives your trainer the freedom to say, okay, we're going to do this. One of my biggest pet peeves, I don't care what your company allows, when you're with that trainer, stay off your damn phone. What I mean by that is when you're driving, do not have your Bluetooth on. I don't care what your company says, you're there to learn. You don't know shit. Keep that Bluetooth off. If your old lady or your boyfriend is so freaking needy that you gotta talk to him all day long, you're not gonna last in the industry. Do not be on that Bluetooth. When you're in the passenger seat while your trainer's driving, do not sit there and play on your phone. Do not sit there and talk on your phone. Don't check Facebook. Don't check your text messages. If it's something important, that's understandable, but 98% of the time it's not. You're there to learn. You're there to watch what your trainer does to make yourself a better truck driver. This industry is a whole lot more than just driving from point A to point B. There's a lot of shit that you got to pay attention to all day long. Make sure you pay attention. So we covered that. You're not entitled to anything. If you're going to do something, touch anything, use anything, ask first. Your time, your schedule runs on your trainer's time. Doesn't matter what you plan on doing when you get in your own truck, you run on his time. You do what your trainer tells you. Don't touch anything. Don't touch his radio. Don't touch the thermostat. Nothing. Don't be on your phone. I don't care if it's Bluetooth or not. Don't be on your phone. If you're in the passenger seat, don't play with your phone. When you get out, you make sure you make it perfectly clear with your significant other or family members that you will talk to them when the working day is done. Your trainer is going to fill out an evaluation every week. Tell how good you're doing. If you're on your phone, he's going to note that down. I ran with my trainer and his trainee. His trainee was always on his Bluetooth. When we stopped to do load checks, him and I would stop, check our loads, go to the restroom, get back in the truck, go. 5 minutes. max. His trainee would be sitting in there playing on his phone, and then he'd have to go in, go to the bathroom, just take a sweet ass time. That gets noted. Same thing, 30-minute break, you stop, you back into your spot, you go into your business, grab you something quick to eat, check your load, wait for your 30 minutes up, and go. That trainee, he would piss around until we're ready to go and then decide he needs to go inside and get something to eat, go to the bathroom. Your trainer may not show any ill feelings towards that, but that shit gets noted. People in charge of the rookies understand that. They see that a couple of things are going to happen. You're either going to stay on the rookie fleet as long as they possibly can, they're going to give you bad loads, or they're going to make you stay on that trainer truck till you get your shit together. And that brings me to another point. It doesn't matter what they tell you when you get there for orientation. It doesn't matter what the recruiter tells you. They can say, okay, yeah, 3 weeks out and you'll be in your own truck. That 3 weeks is not guaranteed. The world does not revolve around you. This is a business. It's all about freight. If they can't get you a load from where you're at to get you to the terminal, to get you into your own truck, don't sit there and bitch, whine, and moan about it. My trainer told me I'm the best trainee he's ever had. That being said, Melton tells you 3 weeks, I was out for 7 weeks. Not because of Melton, not because of my trainer, not because of me, but because the freight was not moving in the direction of the terminal. So they tried to get you from this point to this point to this point, trying to get you to a better area to get you a load back. So if you're out there for a few extra weeks, that's where you're really being scrutinized, because they're judging your attitude. They feel bad about it. They wish they could get you into your own truck. Don't think they're shitting on you. But if you have a good attitude through that, it's going to make them that much more proud of you, and it's going to make you seem that much more valuable. But if you start pitching a fit, whining and moaning all the time, calling all sorts of people, bitching, whining, moaning, it's going to leave a bad taste in their mouth for you. And as a result, you may get put in a fleet where a guy's going to run it like a military program. Now, you can whine and moan about it as much as you want, but you made your own bed with that one. The best advice I can give you is have a good attitude. Bad things happen, brush them off. Don't get pissy. Make sure you work perfectly with your trainer. You run on your trainer's time, ask if you can use things, and after a couple of weeks, week and a half, you guys kind of get in tune with each other, and then the freedom starts coming a little bit. You get a little more freedom with what you're doing, which plugs you use, temperature settings, everything kind of gets in sync. Make sure you ask questions. It doesn't matter if you want to know the answer or not. Like I said, they fill out an evaluation. You ask questions, that will be noted. Not only are bad things noted, good things are noted too. If you show that you're asking questions, even about things you don't need to know the answer to, things you already know, if you ask those questions, they put on there that you're asking questions, it shows them that you want to learn. If you go out there acting like you know it all, things aren't going to pan out too well. Ask questions. If you mess up, you know you mess up. Your trainer knows you mess up. But if you show that you know what you did, and you ask your trainer how to avoid that situation or how to correct it next time, shows your trainer that you knew what you did wrong and that you want to learn how to fix it. If you know what you did wrong, you don't say anything about it, your trainer is going to think you're just bullheaded. As I've said before in multiple videos, Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you continually do the wrong things, you're going to always do the wrong things. Don't be stupid. Some people may want to moan about the trainer truck. It's a necessity. The school I went to was above and beyond. We hauled real loads out of state, hauling all different types of trailers, running all different speed transmissions. We did grade training. We backed through a 4-cone serpentine. Other schools don't do that for whatever reason. Most of these schools, I call them fly-by-night schools because their only purpose is to get you a CDL. They don't train you how to handle a truck. They train you how to handle a truck good enough to pass a freaking test. That CDL in your pocket. Some may say it's golden. CDL doesn't mean shit. It means that you can pass a test. It doesn't mean you can handle a big rig going down the road. It doesn't mean you can handle the lifestyle. When you go with a trainer, that's making sure that you can handle the lifestyle, that you can understand the lifestyle, you can understand the rigors of the road. Making sure that you can wake up early in the morning if you have to. Make sure you can run late in the night if you have to. Make sure that you can run your 10, 11 hours a day. Making sure that you can manage your recap. Making sure that you know what to do if something goes wrong with the truck. Making sure that you can go to the shippers and consignees, that you can read directions, that you can read a map. You think you're going to go to a company because they give you a GPS? That GPS is going to get your ass lost. Make sure you can read a map and make sure when they give you directions or give you a phone number, you get directions. Make sure you understand what you're doing. When you go with the trainer, you're there to learn. And sadly, there's a lot of mega companies that are self-insured that bring rookies in. Sierra England, Swift, Prime. A lot of these companies are getting to where they have 3-month trainers, 6-month trainers. It's rookies training rookies. My trainer has been with Melton Truck Lines for 8 years. And if I remember right, he is just about 20 years behind the wheel. Now I understand some of you got to do what's necessary. You got to do company sponsored training, got to do this, or maybe you're not in the right area for this company or this company. My biggest piece of advice is that when you choose your company, you choose something that's going to help you get ahead to where you want to be 5 years from now. There aren't many options out there. You want to be pulling dry box for such and such company 5 years from now? Get with a rookie company that's going to give you the best training possible for you to be able to do that. Make you the most desirable. As many issues as I have with TMC, not particularly with their drivers or their program, because they have an excellent load securement program, their tarps are always top notch. There's just things about the company in general that I don't like. But if you want to be a flatbedder, and you want to be home every weekend, TMC is going to give you the footing for that. You want to be like me, you want to haul expensive freight and you want to go all over the country and you want to be able to roll your home time over? Melton is a hell of a company for that, but Melton isn't just a cutthroat. That's the wrong word. Melton isn't just your run-of-the-mill, go through orientation, get thrown in a trainer truck, hope you're going to do well. Melton will send people home in orientation because it's kind of like a tryout. Like I say, expensive freight, high dollar customers. Maverick is the same way. But if you expect to be getting down the industry as a rookie and make a ton of money, you're going to be disappointed. Because you're a rookie, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to screw stuff up, and as a result, you're not going to be making as much money as the guys that have been there for a while. You got to cut your teeth. So if you have to go with one of these lower tier companies, you got to cut your teeth. You got to get your experience. I got a friend of mine She went with Creek Carrier. She runs the Walmart dedicated run. And she does that because her mom and dad are getting old, getting a little more frail. So she's got to be home more often. But as soon as she gets the year experience, she's going to go where her husband works and pull flatbed. Her husband's been working there for years. It's all about having a plan and knowing what you want to do. You can't just think in the now, especially as a rookie. You got to look further on down the line, figure out what you want to do in the future. You want to be a reefer hauler? You want to be a dry box hauler? You want to be local? You want to be over the road? You want to be a regional? You want to haul tanker? Make sure you go with the company that's going to get you the best experience you can get to make you the most desirable out there. If you got to cut your teeth with Schneider pulling tanker for them or Prime pulling tanker for them, but you know once you get a year experience you can go work for this company, you may not make that much money. But if you start right out of the gate pulling what you want to pull, you're going to be that much more desirable. If you got a company that hires drivers with 1 year experience, pulls flatbed, do you think the guy that's worked 1 year pulling dry box or the guy that's worked 1 year pulling flatbed? If you look at both those guys, who's going to be the most desirable? The guy pulling the flatbed. Because they're not going to have to teach him near as much. Just think about that. Plan for your future. Plan ahead. Look forward 5 years. Remember that a trainer is a necessary evil. Sadly, with a lot of these mega companies, a trainer is no better than the rookie jumping behind the wheel, but they do what they do. Deal with it. Suck it up. Don't get a bad attitude. If you get with a company with one of those inexperienced trainers, you don't get along or he's unsafe, let your company know. If you don't feel like you're learning anything, you don't feel like you're safe, feels like you're not getting as much training as you want, you let your company know. Most companies will get you right out of there and they'll hook you up. You may have to sit at a truck stop for 4 hours with all your crap, but they'll get you out there. You know, there's a few companies out there I know that take rookies that has to be a safety related issue, but deal with it. If you don't feel like you're safe, you don't feel like you're learning with that trainer, request a new one. They'll hook you up. Don't think that it's just a 3-month or a 3-week waiting period before you get in your own truck. Don't think of it like that. You want to go out there and learn as much as you can. You don't want to be stuck out there like a deer in the headlights wondering what the fuck you're supposed to do. Make sure you're out there to learn. Always ask questions. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Talk to the veterans. Learn. If you're arrogant and don't want to learn anything, don't want to take any criticism, it's going to be hell on you. They're loading coils the other night. There was a guy, you could tell it was his first time out flatbed. It took him longer to secure one aluminum coil than it took me to secure and tarp 4. But he would not take any information, any criticism. Arrogant. Somebody's out there to give you a tip. You're not obligated in any way to do things the way they told you. But if they give you a tip, think about that tip. What works for one guy may not work for another, but they're giving that information. Make sure you take that information. Because you may not think on that day that it's going to work right for you. You try it later on down the road, maybe it's the best thing since sliced bread for you. Seek information, ask questions, Remember to take what a lot of these drivers say with a grain of salt, but learn. When you see guys backing up in the truck stops, look at how they set themselves up. Look at how they maneuver their steering wheels. Watch everything you can. You're getting to a tight dock as a shipper, watch how the guys have been doing it for years back in. You're a flatbedder, you're on your first couple of loads by yourself, you're out there with your trainer, watch how the other guys are doing things. Learn. Anyway guys, I hope this video helps some of you guys out there just getting in the industry. And for the veteran drivers that have watched this video, for guys that have trained before, I want your input. I really want your input, because you guys have been the ones dealing with the rookies. What are things that you don't like? What are things you wish they would do that they don't do? One last thing before I leave you is you're not obligated to buy your trainer a meal, a cup of coffee, anything like that. My recommendation to you, be a gentleman. Once in a while, buy your trainer a cup of coffee. You and your trainer go sit down for supper, leave early, pay both your bills. You're not obligated to do it, but your trainer's out there being bored as hell, trying to keep you from killing people. Just a little bit of courtesy. Show your gratitude. Anyway guys, you have yourself an awesome day.